Rahmatullahi barakatuh, Brother Azhar, and thank you so much for having me on your beautiful radio program.
Jazakallah khairan. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Beg. Now, tell us the charges that you have laid. What are the nature of it, and why have you taken this step?
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The charges that we have laid are that of crimen, injuria, blasphemy, and hate speech. This has been done as a result of a very damaging indictment that Mr. Elore has passed on our beautiful dean. And he did this not sort of a slip of the tongue. He did this in a very calculated manner. It was as though this notion has been lingering in mind for quite a while, and he has now given vent to this. So, because we find it so offensive, and because, well, look, it's not our duty to protect the deen of Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes care of that. But our objective here is to protect the image and the integrity of our deen and the azan, not our deen, our azan. And this is why I prefer the charge against Ilori.
Mm-hmm. And to which courts have you now taken this matter to?
We have taken it to the Durban court by virtue of jurisdiction. And from there, our lawyers have already filed in papers to bring it before the Equality Court, because that's a court that specializes in these matters.
Mm. And you said that you felt deeply offended by some of the statements that Mr. Lowry has made. Do you think that that sentiment, is something that perhaps pervades through more areas in KZN and South Africa, or do you see this as an isolated case?
And it is definitely isolated. The people in Isipingo and other parts of Durban have rallied in support of Muslims. The black community, for instance, have spontaneously reacted and came out in full support on the return of the azan. They've come out placards and they said they will continue with the campaign until the matter is restored and where the status quo reverts to what it was originally. The local Hindu community, a local Christian community have expressed their letters of support to the Pingo or Talimuddin institution and to the Muslims, and saying that they've got no objection to Razan. It does not cause them any disharmony or nuisance whatsoever. So Alhamdulillah, it's just an isolated case. I describe him as a maverick. He's all alone in his venture.
Mm. But undoubtedly, it would have very far-reaching effects, setting a legal precedent. Have you managed to be in contact with the Madrasa Talimuddin, and has there been any response to the steps you have taken from them?
Yes, we are closely in contact with them. The papers have been filed for permission from the judge, the errant judge, if I could call him that, to give us permission to file the main application. Which inshallah will be done soon after we get the consent. And inshallah, once that the application is filed and the matter is heard, inshallah, we will succeed in that. We're quite confident and we make dua in this respect as well.
Now, what is the current situation? I mean, is the adhan being called out, or is it softer on the mic, or what is actually happening?
This is a strange part, Brother Azhar. This azan was never called on the amplified system. It was called without any amplification. And this man lives perhaps about 30 meters away. And he found, and in his papers, he says azan is called at about 3:30 in the morning, which is a total lie. And that actually is another offense that is committed, one of perjury. And the other neighbors, the Hindu neighbors, have given statements to say that they don't hear that azan. They don't find it offensive, and it's not of any nuisance value whatsoever. So really, much of this, I think, is, if I may say so, it's a figment of his imagination. He seems to have some axe to grind with us. Then he's made some other very serious allegation in the head of argument, where he says to the effect that Islam is an insult to man and God, and that it violates the constitution of South Africa, and Islam shouldn't be protected, and that sort of thing. And then the other sweeping statement he made is he doesn't want the Azan just to be stopped at Talimuddin. He wants to stop across the country. So you can see this man definitely has an agenda against Islam.
So you're saying, Mr. Beg, that the Adhan is currently or was being called just by voice and was never being amplified even to start off with?
No, it hasn't been. Especially, I'm not sure about the rest, but especially in respect of Fajr, most massages, as you would know, do not amplify the sound. It just called out softly. With due consideration to non-Muslims and those that might find it disturbing. But the rest of the Azan, the community says they welcome it, they enjoy it, they appreciate it. So, yeah, that's the situation here, Azhar. We have this. Sorry.
And finally, Mr. Yaqub Beg, what would you be looking for in the court case? I mean, what would you want, the steps to be taken against Mr. Alauri to be? Would you want him to, recall that his initial complaint to the legal system? What would you want from him?
Well, let's look at it conversely, Brother Azhar. If we don't take this action, then the integrity and the image of our beautiful Azan is indicted. I would like him to apologize. I would like him to be to withdraw this offensive remarks statement he made. And if he doesn't, then unfortunately the court will have to take punitive action against him. Being a Muslim now, we always prepared to forgive, forget, to sit and talk and review this if he has a change of heart. But in the absence of that, I think the due process of the law must take its course, Brother Azhar.
Given the opportunity, do you think you'd try to have Islam explained to him, or for him to sit with somebody who could, I don't know if it would make any difference to a person with those kinds of thoughts, but to perhaps just give him the da'wah and to explain to him as well what Islam really is about?
I read several calls from brothers in Isipingo where they have tried to reason with him, but he was very dismissive of the efforts. I personally do not want to approach him because it would be seen as maybe intimidation, or he could try and lay a counter charge against me just out of spite. So I'm refraining from making contact with him for good reasons. But other brothers have attempted, and they're still attempting to talk to him. But maybe when he realizes the quantum of the charge that he could face from the Constitutional Court, the Equality Court, then he might want to come to the party and talk to us.
Mr. Yaqub Beg, Jazakallah khairan. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on the News and Views show on Salam Media and Al Ansar. We appreciate your time and your efforts. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. Platinum bursts with intricate freshness, and every pure diamond becomes more than just a girl's best friend. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, where timeless dreams become a reality. Come to us. We tailor-make designer gold, platinum, and diamond jewelry. Trade in or remodel your old gold. Clad yourself with classy name-branded watches. We offer insurance valuation and free zakat calculation. Visit us at 534 Ridge Road, Overport, or call 031 208 9142. Voda Gold Gem Jewelers, manufacturers of fine gold and diamond jewelry.
Penny Appeal are doing something special. They're giving you the chance to make sure that 100% of your zakat is going to help people who are in desperate need. So this year, give 100% of your zakat to poor and needy people with Penny Appeal and reap the rewards of fulfilling this beautiful pillar of Islam. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy